See, it's a lot of good fathers out here that's not appreciated and don't get no credit. You know, it's like a group of women out here that want to be able to talk about all men. If you're not with the mother, they want to be able to say something bad about the father. That's most women, not all women. You have a small portion of women out there that respect the fathers, that want them to be close to their child and they don't integrate their relationship or past relationship with the father. They know how important the father is, wanting to be in the child's life. They don't move real far from the father, play games when the father trying to see the child. Because a lot of good fathers out there that's depicted as bad, and they got people and family members that's looking for fault in certain guys, and in the fathers. So they want to have something bad to say about the father because they don't want the father in the child's life. So sometimes they'll talk bad about the father directly or indirectly. It's more than one way to get a message off to a kid without talking bad about the father directly. You can just never mention the father. You can never mention the father. You can just simply, every time the kid around you, you act like their father don't exist. Or you do subliminal messages like, where your father at? He ain't here yet. It's small stuff that can get in the kid's mind and give the kid the wrong impression. So when you're not around your kid, when you don't live with your kid, it can be hard for a father because he got so many other people that can constantly influence the child in subliminal ways, indirect ways that's not direct, but it's non-verbal, and if it is verbal, it's indirect. So that can cause years of that indirect feeding. In that indirectness is painting an unconscious picture into the child's mind. So don't get mad at the child when the child grow up and started like treating you different, or they had years and years of conditioning from that. Years and years of conditioning with indirect communication. Years and years of it. So don't feel like you did something wrong. Hey man, sometimes you just don't have, you're never going to have enough. When it's, no matter what you do for the child, how much money you give the child, even if you had everything for the child, they're going to have something bad to say. They always going to be. People like that is this devil infested. Don't you know the devil don't never sleep? So y'all brothers out there that's going through a lot of drama with your child's mother or your child's family, even if it's subtle problems, if it's not really like verbally or loud, just you see the situations is not right, and it's been like that since the kid was little because you're not with the mother. Remember, God sees everything. Just do what you can. If the child get older and rebel against you, it's not the child's fault. Eventually, you pray that the kid get to their mindset where they can see the big picture, or God reveals something in them, allow you to see who you really are and not what they unconsciously put in your child's mind. So we live in a world like this, man, and you just got to stay prayed up because God is real and he does amazing things. And just keep your faith up, because once you keep your faith up and your spirit get boiled up and get on fire with God's anointing, he can fix every situation, and make it better. So a lot of you fathers out there that didn't get to see your kid on Father's Day or your birthday or most of the time throughout the year, just remember that you're not alone out there. I know you cry in the dark. You cry with nobody around. You're a strong man. You're an alpha male. Look at that. You're a strong man, but real men cry. Real men cry in the dark or in the light because they real. They express themselves. This society wants you to demasculize men and wants you to not express yourself. Wants you to be scared to speak your mind and express yourself. They want you to walk on eggshells around people. Don't walk on no motherfucking eggshells around these people. Fuck them. Don't never let nobody take your manhood. Fuck them. So do what you can, and that's it. Don't stress yourself out. Don't lose no sleep. Pray for your child. Remember, it's not your child's fault. when you didn't stay with the mother and whatever the problem was, or she was giving you a headache, or if you cheated, or whatever the case was, you know, when you don't live with your kid, this is the stuff you got to deal with. So don't. That's just the apple that we bit. That's the apple that you bit. So you bite that apple. This is what comes along with it. They play a lot of different games, with you, directly or indirectly, or very subtle, and it accumulates and affects the child's behavior. You know, the child may love you, but in their mind, they like, but nobody, you know, nobody loves my father. They never mentioned my father to me. They never said anything good about my father. So they don't know if they should treat their father good or not. Because over here, they're getting all these vibes, especially if it's a smart child that's able to pick up vibes. You see what I'm saying? And these people claim to be holy, claim to be church and all that stuff. But when it comes down to it, they evil. Because only an evil person wouldn't want their child parent to be in their life. You know what I mean? So don't get wrapped up into all that. Just pray. God can fix everything. He knows how to fix it the best. Just pray. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused. And don't get stressed out. It's easier said than done. But if you keep praying and believe in Jesus, it will work. It will work out, man. So many of you guys work hard. You want to see a child, you know, and the mothers are playing games. They trying to taunt you. They want to see you get angry so they can talk more bad about you. Especially if you're a man and like to speak up. So they'll act like they don't hear you because you speak from your heart. So if you speak from your heart, the best way to do it is get a person mad that speak from their heart is act like you don't hear them. You see what I'm saying? So they say, what you doing? So they want you to lash out. So then they can put a strike against you when you lash out. Don't feed into that. God know how to fix that. And these people will claim that they Christian. And they'll look for fault in you. Not knowing that they have the biggest fault in their eye. Like the Bible say, why point at the splinter that's in another person's eye when you got a log hanging out your eye? You know what I'm saying? So everybody quick to point the finger from just something simple as a father wanting to see his child. That's the type of world we live in. We live in a fatherless America. You know, a lot of times these women want so-called good men. A good man to them is a man that they can control. A man that's had resources that they can control his resources with. Then all of a sudden, he's a good man because they got control of his resources. If they want to leave, they can take resources with them if the guy marry them or have babies by them. That's the type of world we live in. So don't feed into that. You fathers out there, you know, just pray. When you see your child, just show your child love. All you can do is that. Your child disrespect you, it's not coming from them. I mean, a part of it is coming from them, but they've been influenced for years. So all you can do is just show love every time you see your child. If you don't see your child that much, once a year, twice a year, once every 2 years, that's garbage time for a father that loves their child. That's garbage time. That's garbage time. You know, it's garbage time. So just understand that God sees everything. I know it hurts your heart, and you guys be crying in the dark, man. You guys be crying in your bedroom. You really want to see a child, and they don't have nothing good. They give you no credit. They have nothing good to say about you. You're not appreciated. No matter what you do, it's never enough. They always got something to say that you didn't do or could have done and this and that, as if they know what's going on with you. And they'll speculate because they don't want, if somebody don't want the best for you, they don't want you to see a child, it's a no-win situation. You can't, it's no conversation there. All you can do is pray and wait for God to fix the situation. Because it's a no-win situation. All you can do is pray and make sure the next girl you get with, you marry her. You marry her. And make sure she's right. It's easier for a man to find a good woman than for a woman to find a good man. So it's not that many good women out there, but if you come across the right one to give you a peace of mind and don't try to test you and make you angry, then stick with her. I'm Alan Williams, the real your name. Remember, I love you, but Jesus love you more. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you know anybody that's going through this, that need to hear this message, forward it to them now and forward it to your social media, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. I love you.